Welcome back to Plot 27 Recaps. The story begins with a florist named Mi-seon. That day, she was helping a customer who only wanted to buy flower arrangements made by Mi-seon herself. The customer was happy for her because Mi-seon would soon become the owner of the shop after buying it. Not long after, Mi-seon's friend arrived. Her name was Do-Kyung. That night, after delivering medicine to a customer, Do-Kyung drove Mi-seon to her workplace at Hwajong Market, an entertainment district. For years, Do-Kyung had worked as a driver for girls employed at nightclubs. A man named So-hee offered Do-Kyung a job as a drug courier because she was the only one with a clean police record. Hearing that, Do-Kyung refused because she and Mi-seon were planning to leave the nightlife behind for good. This was Mi-seon's final week working there because she wanted to open her own flower shop. Her friends asked if she could really survive running a flower business, but Mi-seon said she wanted to live like a normal person. While they were talking, Mi-seon received a photo memory from 7 years ago showing her with a woman named Jeon, the woman who first brought her to that place. The entertainment club's manager Song-ok explained that Jeon was once a legend there. Soon after, Song-ok received news that their new boss had arrived. His name was Mr. To, also known as Blackjack. A basketball coach named Choi wanted Blackjack to invest in his basketball team. To convince him, Coach Choi brought along his star player, Han-wook. After the meeting ended, Mi-seon escorted the drunken Coach Choi outside, and she briefly spoke with Han-wook. Mi-seon told him that she could tell he was under a lot of pressure. Meanwhile, Do-Kyung received shocking news outside. The owner of the apartment where they lived, Sung-bom, had committed suicide. It turned out Sung-bom was a real estate scammer. He had offered cheap apartments to Mi-seon and her friends, but secretly used their money for gambling. Do-Kyung and Mi-seon went to the funeral, caused a scene, and took all the donation money. Both of them felt devastated because the savings they had worked so hard for were now gone. The next day, Mi-seon received a report saying that $100,000 had been withdrawn from her account. When she got home, she demanded to know why their bank account was empty. It turned out Do-Kyung had gambled all their money on a basketball game. She made a huge bet after hearing that the match had been fixed. When her team fell behind by 6 points, Coach Choi finally sent Han-wook into the game. Mi-seon watched Han-wook miss his first shot after entering the court. Do-Kyung would win the bet if the final score stayed at a 6-point difference. In the final seconds, Han-wook took another shot but missed again, allowing Do-Kyung to win the bet. Both of them were overjoyed because they expected to receive a huge payout, but they ended up becoming victims of another scam. With no money left, Do-Kyung had no choice but to contact So-hee and accept his offer. So-hee asked Mi-seon to entertain some business partners, including his boss, Mr. An. So-hee bragged that Mi-seon was the most beautiful girl there and promised to help launch her career. At the same time, Blackjack's wife, Ha-kyung, was secretly meeting her lover, a gigolo named Sung-won. Ha-kyung explained that they could not meet for a while because Blackjack was under investigation. She revealed that her husband had secretly moved his cash to a location in Gyeonggi. Do-Kyung secretly spotted So-hee meeting with Sung-won and a man named Jae-pil. After hearing the information from Sung-won, the three of them planned to steal Blackjack's hidden money. Mr. An promised Mi-seon a fortune if she agreed to sleep with him, but she refused and walked away. Later, Do-Kyung picked up Sung-won and the drunken Ha-kyung. During the drive, Sung-won persuaded Ha-kyung to steal her husband's hidden cash for the two of them. Ha-kyung revealed that Blackjack had bought land in Gyeonggi and buried the money there. When Do-Kyung stopped the car because Ha-kyung was vomiting, she secretly saw a message from So-hee on Sung-won's phone. The message talked about leaking a video of Mi-seon with Mr. An. Mi-seon began feeling dizzy because Mr. An had drugged her drink, but fortunately Do-Kyung arrived just in time to save her. Do-Kyung explained that So-hee planned to steal $700,000 from Blackjack, exactly the amount they had lost. She wanted to steal the money first and return Mi-seon's savings. Hearing that, Mi-seon decided they should do it together. The two of them secretly followed Blackjack and his bodyguard, Bull. Mi-seon followed Blackjack into his nightclub. To avoid being recognized, she wore a mask while accompanying Blackjack and Coach Choi. She soon learned that Blackjack was connected to the apartment scam because he was the one who murdered Sung Bom. After Choi left, Blackjack ordered Mi-seon to remove her mask, but instead she challenged him to a drinking contest and promised to reveal her face if she lost. Mi-seon planned to use the opportunity to find the location of the money on Blackjack's phone. While they were drinking, one of Blackjack's men reported that someone had crashed into his car. Blackjack stormed outside and discovered that Do-Kyung was responsible. She apologized and pretended it was an accident. Do-Kyung intentionally provoked Blackjack to distract him, while Mi-seon searched through the phone he had left behind. Meanwhile, Sung-won informed Sak-gu that he had successfully obtained information from Ha-kyung. Blackjack had purchased land in Gyeonggi to build a private cemetery called Chong-ong Cemetery. By then, Do-kyung and Mi-seon were already there. They began digging in search of the hidden cache. After spotting a compacting machine nearby, Do-kyung became convinced they had found the exact burial spot. They continued digging and finally uncovered the money. Besides bags filled with cash, they also discovered a chest full of gold bars. While driving away, they crossed paths with Sak-gu. The moment he recognized Do-kyung's car, he immediately chased them. During the fight between Sak-gu and Do-kyung, Mi-seon ran away carrying the money, but Sak-gu caught her. Seeing Do-kyung in danger, Mi-seon told Sak-gu to leave with the money. Sak-gu happily drove off, unaware that the gold was still hidden inside the car. Do-kyung and Mi-seon later informed Blackjack that his grave had been robbed, and that his wife knew who was responsible. While Blackjack hunted down Sak-gu, Mi-seon and Do-kyung escaped with the gold. They went to visit Ga-young, the woman they both called mother. Mi-seon explained that they needed her help because they wanted information about a Japanese ambassador who was secretly involved with Ga-young. It was then revealed that Ga-young was actually Do-kyung's biological mother. Mi-seon offered her $500,000 if she agreed to transport one bag to Japan for them. Ga-young demanded triple the payment, and Mi-seon reluctantly accepted. Ga-young then handed them a video recording of the ambassador using drugs with her, and also provided an address where they could obtain fake passports. Do-kyung warned Mi-seon not to get too emotionally involved with her mother. She wanted them to take what they needed and leave. Years ago, Ga-young had taken Mi-seon from an orphanage to Seoul and raised her as her daughter. Since then, Mi-seon had finally felt like she belonged to a family alongside Do-kyung. Meanwhile, Blackjack murdered his own wife and ordered Bull to dispose of the body. The ambassador panicked after receiving the private video from Mi-seon. While helping Ga-young apply makeup, Mi-seon remembered the first time Ga-young had done her makeup before her first night working at the club. Ga-young suddenly broke down in tears and admitted that she had always loved Mi-seon, but Do-kyung could never understand her feelings. Before leaving to meet the ambassador, Mi-seon asked Do-kyung to prepare a passport for their mother as well. Do-kyung went to the address Ga-young had given them while Mi-seon met with the ambassador. Mi-seon promised to delete the video if the ambassador helped smuggle the bag out of the country. After killing Sung-won, Bull captured Sak-gu to locate Blackjack's gold. Meanwhile, Do-kyung discovered that the passport maker was actually a shaman. The shaman instructed her to write down the names for the fake passports. At the same time, Bull tortured Sak-gu, who was confused because Blackjack kept demanding answers about the missing gold. Terrified, Sak-gu finally confessed that Mi-seon and Do-kyung were the ones who stole it. When Mi-seon and Do-kyung returned home, they were shocked to discover that Ga-young had disappeared with their car. At Hwajung Market, Ga-young announced that she was retiring that day and warned that her daughters would be ruined if they took all the gold. She met with several younger men she kept around and showed them one of the gold bars. Jae-pil saw it and immediately informed Sak-gu, who was with Bull. Traveling on foot, Mi-seon and Do-kyung finally arrived at Hwajung Market. They panicked after discovering that the gold was gone from the car. When Bull arrived with Sak-gu, the two women quickly hid. Bull found Ga-young partying with the men, who immediately ran away after seeing him. Bull brutally beat Ga-young and demanded to know where the gold was hidden. Suddenly, Do-kyung appeared, and Ga-young struck Bull while he was distracted. Furious that Do-kyung had come there, Ga-young ordered her daughter to leave immediately and search for the gold instead. Sok-gu caught Do-Kyung outside, but she fought back and beat him up. Mi-son became furious because Do-Kyung left without rescuing Ga-young, causing the two friends to argue and separate. Mi-son secretly followed Bull after seeing him take Ga-young away in a car. Bull lowered Ga-young into a pit filled with liquid asphalt. After noticing Mi-son nearby, Ga-young finally revealed that the gold was hidden inside locker number 12 at Hwajung Station. Meanwhile, Do-Kyung had already arrived there and recovered the gold. In a final act, Ga-young dragged Bull into the asphalt pit with her. Instead of helping them, Blackjack coldly watched both of them sink to their deaths. Back at home, Do-Kyung showed the recovered gold to Mi-son. She explained that the locker code was the same code she used with her mother as a child. Hearing that, Mi-son burst into tears and revealed that their mother had died. When Do-Kyung appeared emotionless, Mi-son angrily told her to leave with the gold. While driving alone, Do-Kyung cried as she remembered her final moments with her mother. Meanwhile, Sang-ok warned Mi-son that Blackjack was searching for both of them. Soon after, Do-Kyung returned and revealed that she had even prepared a passport for their mother. Suddenly, Mi-son burned all the passports and vowed to avenge Ga-young's death. Later, Do-Kyung and Mi-son visited Sok-gu at the hospital. Mi-son offered him some of the gold if he agreed to help destroy Blackjack. Sok-gu revealed that Blackjack had just launched a new betting website. In a few days, there would be a major basketball game, and Blackjack had wagered everything on his team losing by 6 points or more. Sok-gu explained that Blackjack would be ruined if Coach Choi's team actually won the game. Mi-son gathered all her friends at the entertainment club. They were shocked when she started reading out all of their debts. Do-Kyung explained that the people who scammed them were secretly controlled by Blackjack. She also revealed that Blackjack murdered her mother. Mi-son promised to tear up all the debt records and begged her friends for help. Blackjack's men later reported that they had placed all their bets on the losing side. It turned out Mi-son had instructed her friends to leak inside information to greedy wealthy clients and encourage them to gamble too. The girls convinced everyone the match was fixed, making them believe victory was guaranteed. At the same time, Mi-son and Do-Kyung showed Blackjack photos of the stolen gold. Mi-son later visited Han-wook during practice. She told him she knew he had intentionally missed his shots before. Mi-son asked how long he planned to let Coach Choi control his life. Eventually, the game began, and Coach Choi inserted Han-wook during a critical moment in the fourth quarter. The commentators mentioned that the team had recently fallen behind whenever Han-wook entered as a substitute. Han-wook stepped up for a free throw. Remembering Mi-son's words, he finally scored, tying the game. After that free throw, Han-wook regained his confidence and kept scoring, putting his team in the lead. Coach Choi panicked and ordered the team to slow down. Han-wook then nailed a three-pointer, extending the lead to 6 points. Blackjack watched in complete shock as Han-wook kept scoring again and again, and the team eventually won the game with a final score of 89-78. Sang-ok reported that all the girls had escaped, leaving the club without any income. However, Blackjack's men soon captured them. Blackjack called Mi-son and threatened to kill Sang-ok and the others unless his gold was returned. With no other choice, Mi-son and Do-Kyung finally met with Blackjack. Mi-son stepped out carrying a bag full of gold and demanded that Blackjack release her friends. When Blackjack still threatened to torture them, Mi-son warned that she would throw the gold into the asphalt pit. After Blackjack ordered his men to free the girls, Mi-son quickly jumped back into the car with the gold. Mi-son and Do-Kyung tried to escape, but Blackjack stopped them. He dragged Do-Kyung out and brutally attacked her, but Mi-son managed to save her. Seeing Do-Kyung in danger, Mi-son suddenly threw the gold into the asphalt pit. Furious, Blackjack grabbed Mi-son, but Do-Kyung shoved him away, causing Blackjack to fall into the pit and sink beneath the asphalt. Before leaving, Mi-son sent Blackjack's location to Sok-gu and told him to take as much gold as he wanted. As they walked home together, Mi-son asked whether Do-Kyung had really thrown away all the gold. Do-Kyung smiled and claimed that every bar had sunk into the asphalt pit. But in reality, She had secretly hidden some of the gold inside Mi-seon's flower shop as a surprise for her. And that's how the movie ends. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more movie recaps.